This video here is going to be showing how I put cornice up in someone's house and taking note to keep the house clean. If you look at it from the start, it's a nice house. It's in Armadale. All that cornice it's cracking and coming down. You can see a little bit there, but when you look closely, you'll see it's really coming apart everywhere. And she wants to try and keep that ceiling rose as she can, because that's original part of the house, built in the 1800s. So we're going to try and keep that for her as well, and I'm going to carefully, emphasise the word carefully, take this cornice down without damaging as much of the ceiling as I can. So here's the fireplace that I'm starting to prep it now. So there's stage 1, just throw a dust sheet over it, stage 2, dust sheets, and then I boxed it in with a load of plasterboard. Stage 3, more dust sheets over it. And then coming up, stage 4 on the fireplace is I throw a plastic sheet over it as well, and basically everything's covered. This is just the way I do it. All the curtains are covered there, the window blind, radiator's got a sheet over it and the plastic sheet, and it's all taped, sealed, so nothing gets behind it. Every section of the floor is completely covered, and here's the door. So door's got a sheet over it and totally taped up, and also that's just to be on the safe side because it's taped as well. So and nothing's getting through. There's my dust mask, proper industrial one, because there's going to be a lot of dust in a minute. And there's to show how much dust comes off, because I'm grinding the cornice off here. I'm grinding it, not hacking it, so doing it neatly. I mean, you can't even see in front of your face there. It looks like it's on fire. That's just all dust. And if I wouldn't have prepped it, it would have gone all over your house if someone wouldn't have prepped it. So I've grinded it off here and I've hacked it off. We're going to leave the ceiling because we're going to overboard it. See, there's all the mess there on the floor, but I've spent the time prepping, so it's all good. A lot of the work is in the prep. That's what I like to pay a lot of attention to. Okay, very dusty. But everything's prepped in it, so it's all good. All the floor's covered. So what I did, I cleaned up, and here I am here. What I do after I clean up and get rid of the garbage, always wearing a dust mask for safety reasons. It's no good for you breathing in all that bloody dust. I've got an industrial hoover there, and I'm going round. What I'm doing there is I'm hoovering up actually on top of the skirts. Then I've pulled the dust sheets up. Took my shoes off, got rid of all the bits so no bits scratched the floor, rolled them up carefully, threw them out of the window, not gone through the house with them, because that door's been kept shut all the time and taped shut. Going around here and hoovering it all up. The idea being I want it clean before I start overboarding the ceiling, because I don't want to be working around dust. And you know, when I open that door, I don't want dust flying out around the rest of the house. You just don't want to. You don't want someone around who's going to do that. Do you know what I mean? So let's see, what am I doing next? Here we go. So I'm cleaned up now. What I've done is I've just packed out that ceiling with some offcuts of plasterboard. So like I said, I would have took all the sheets out, got rid of all the big bits, cleaned it up again, hoovered it. It's just better. I just like working neatly and not around mess. So all the big bits are gone, just cleaning as I go. And then put all my dust sheets down again. So I'm starting boarding it here. The way I overboard it, you'll see there, I use a load of glue behind. It's not just glue, that's adhesive. When that gear sets, it sets like iron. Like if that's to come down, the bloody whole roof will come down. It's absolutely solid. There's a way in which I do it, and the reason why I'm doing it the way I do it is because I'm going to be putting big Victorian cornice up on this ceiling, and if I had just pulled that cornice down and patched it, the ceiling was everywhere. So I'm going to have problems when I put the cornice up, because it's not going to be level and plumb. So because I've put them blobs behind it everywhere, that cornice adhesive, I can go behind my straight edge now and level it, especially where the cornice sits up. That's the bit I'm paying attention to. I want that absolutely spot on. I'll put long screws in there as well. They're 65mm screws, plenty big enough. Here I am again, still doing it. I think, has that adhesive gone off there? I don't know. What am I doing? Coming back up, I think, with a straight edge, making sure it's all level. Oh right, so once that gear's gone off behind, because I'll put the screws in the position that I want the board to stay in, and then once that gear's gone off, then I can go behind and screw all the screws home and put more screws in where needed. I'll probably put 4 around every joist. And I would have found the joist. You can see I've marked, if you look carefully, you'll see I've marked where every joist is on the wall, so I know where to put my screws as well. But I've got that much adhesive behind it anyway. If I miss the joist, doesn't really matter because it's going absolutely nowhere. And it's nice and flat, that's what I want. And that ceiling rose, what I did, we tried taking it down and putting it back up, but it was embedded in the ceiling because this house was built in the 1800s and she really wanted to keep it. So I had an ingenious plan. I just trimmed off the like the arch things, the side bits around it. You'll see later on. And I just cut my boards around it, so we left that, and she was really pleased with that. And when I'm done, it looks brilliant. It actually looks better than the original when it was, first of all, because it's stuck down quite a bit, and then my board set up to it nicely. So what am I up to? This is my plasterboard lifter. What I've been lifting the boards up with makes the job a lot easier. Looks like I'm halfway through boarding there. So yeah, this you'll see how much the ceiling was out on level here. So all that, like once the adhesive's gone off, then I'll go behind and I'll fill the boards up. So basically it's just going nowhere, but it also makes it easier for me to plaster. So even keeping it neat outside where I cut the cornice. So I've started putting the cornice up here now. Got a few lengths up there. There's that ceiling rose I was telling you about, where it's circular now rather than little bits around it. I'm doing the hallway for here as well. This is just to show you the dust in this bit as well. Same again, prepped it all, taped the doors up, covered the doors, sheeted this area. Now look at that, there's all the dust in the hallway. If I want to prep that, that'd have been in every room and all over the house. She'd still be there now, cleaning it. It's just, some people do that, unbelievable. So we've been going round the back here, not going through the house, but here I am going through because I want to show you how good I prepped up. Like we put like 3 or 4 sheets. This is that first room that I've been in. So like I've just grinded off the hallway, but I prepped it that well. You'll see here now, look at that, you wouldn't even know anyone was there. And that, you couldn't even see in front of your hand with all the dust, but absolutely none's come through. It's probably got 3 or 4 layers of sheet in there, plasterboard to hold it up, and all taped up solid. And it's, look at that, spotless inside. So, I think this is the end of the job. Yeah, it is. This is the end. This is the hallway. When I'm done, you'll see all totally spotless. Here's the hallway done. This is large Victoria gutter cornice as well. Really, like, really big. And this is that first room. Obviously pulled up all my sheets and everything. Here's the finished product, looking good. You see all the corners nice and sharp because I took the time to board that ceiling and level that ceiling out. It's made it so much easier to cornice, and I can get all the joints, looking at how good I can get the corners and get them all perfectly sharp and neat because I took the time and the effort to make that ceiling flat and straight. So the end result, fabulous. Look at that, eh? Brilliant. And she even kept her original rose. I think it looks smart.